I definitely understand everybody's input, but at the end of the day, I felt like I wanted to follow where I wanted to go, where Kassy wanted to end her relationship, her experience with, and I want to end it with Leo.
I want to first start off, Kassy and Leo, how are you doing since leaving the villa? Are you adjusting to the real life okay?
Yeah, I think we're doing good. At first, it was weird because we were so used to our
The
daily
mics and everything.
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, daily routine of mics, camera, action. It was weird. But then actually being out of it, it was like it was like a breath of fresh air, knowing like, okay, now we have our privacy, we have our alone time. We're not living with how many people? We don't have roommates.
30 plus heads.
30 plus heads, yeah. So it's nice having some calmness out of the craziness we were living in this summer.
And where are you guys located? Sorry, go ahead, Leo.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say what you're about to ask. And then coming off out of like Fiji, like we're spending time together in LA with Carmen Kenzo and even Marco and Hannah. And it was just a cool way to just celebrate, like to celebrate our success as the Final Four, and then just spend like one last week with each other before we go our separate ways, and then have to plan out like what we do.
Yeah, so you guys went to Disneyland, I think, with
Yeah, that was
looked
fun.
like so much fun.
That was really fun. We went and we just had a really good time. We were kids again.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a crazy shift having people around us because we were so used to only a few people. But having like all these people come up to us too, it was like I forgot that there were people watching us in the villa. It just felt like it was only the people in the villa. Then stepping out, knowing, oh wow, I forgot people were tuning in on this.
And it's crazy when they bring up like scenes, their favorite couples, and I'm like, wow, like in our head, it didn't feel like that in the moment. It just kind of felt like we're just kind of living in this big ass house in Fiji, and then to come back and see like we have that many supporters, that many people like caring, just showing love was really cool.
Well, that's nice to hear too. And, do you guys have any immediate plans after, you guys do this like little reunion trip, I guess, so to speak? Do you guys have plans to visit one family or the other?
Yeah, so he's gonna come down first, see my mom, my sisters, my niece.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be exciting. And I'm gonna go visit him hopefully the next weekend or two. We are doing long distance, which we know is gonna be a little crazy, but we're ready for it. And he's going back to Ohio for school. I'm going back to Texas to start working again, seeing the family. But we're gonna make it work. We're already planning out dates for vacation, for visiting, for his birthday as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're excited.
Oh my gosh. And you guys have been outside of the villa now. You haven't been back home, but have you been able to communicate with your families yet? Because I want to know, like, we got to see a little bit of what they thought of your relationship in the villa, but I wanted to know, like, now that you are out of the experience, what their take is on you two together.
Yeah, so we got out and he called his family, I called my family, but we had our little privacy moment where it was just him talking to them and me being in another room talking to my family. And then we came together and I was talking to his mom, his sisters. It was really nice. They were so nice to me, so caring and so excited to meet me. And then with my mom, she was
with her mom, it was the best feeling in the world talking to her on the phone because like she's giving off the vibe almost as like you could do no wrong in her eyes because she's very optimistic. And just knowing that we had such a great bond off the first phone call was really, really cool. Even her sister, her and I like felt like best friends too. And I thought that was really sick. Then her niece, Kalani, is absolutely adorable. So yeah, just meeting her whole family over the phone was amazing, but I'm just excited to meet them in person.
Yeah, same.
But they're very welcoming. So I was like, it was cool to see the clip on the movie night, but to hear it like in person, like back to back on the phone was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's totally different than like what the brief clip that we got to see. And I imagine that was only a small amount of what you had to offer about your relationship while you were in the house. Yeah. So it's nice to hear that you guys are moving right along in your relationship, meeting the parents, everything's going great. Because to be honest, I did not think that you guys were going to be at this point for like there were a few weeks in there, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to be talking to them together at the end of this experience here.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that statement.
Yeah, we didn't think that either. So knowing we made it so far, it's like it was a surprise, but also really grateful for it too.
Of course,
Oh
yeah. And I
my
mean, you
God.
guys even made it to second place there. You got all these votes, all these supporters. And I want to know, you guys did find your way back together. Kassy, in your opinion, like what kind of steps did Leo take to win you back over?
He had to do a lot. Even things that weren't even on camera. I remember behind the scenes, I wouldn't even talk to him. I was like, go away, you know? And then he would still try to talk to me. But he did these little gestures. I remember trying to talk to me, which was hard because I was already pushing away. And then doing little gestures like collecting seashells, I think. And he put it on my desk. And he also poured me a Coca-Cola, which I am in love with. I drink Coke like every day. So he poured me like this.
Like literally.
And getting a Coke can in there is like getting the golden ticket. And yeah, it's like gold. Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, Coca-Cola. And he put that, and then on the mirror he also wrote how he misses our 3 kisses, which is really sweet. But that was just a scratch of the surface. That was nothing yet.
Yeah.
And then also the date you set up with details of every drink, and with every detail it was like what he likes about me, what he misses, in the ingredients. That's what it was, which I thought was really cute.
Yeah, like one drink was called the Tres Besos, and I had Kenzo bring it out. And it was really cool because he was listing off the ingredients, and like it's like all the little things I enjoyed with her or about her. And then the second one was the evil eye, and it was the same type of thing. And it was just really cool that they helped me set that up. You know, it was kind of shitty knowing that she went on a date right before, and I was like, you know what? This is like the fire that I started, so I fully understand, but it's what it is at this point.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I remember he read me a poem, which is really cute as well.
I've never done that shit in my life for anybody.
That's when you know it's real.
Yeah, I was just doing things that like I could never ever see myself doing before going through this process. But it was all because I knew I was falling for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to do any of these gestures either. I thought he was just gonna move on the minute I said I can't openly open the door romantically. I thought he was gonna be like, all right, bet, I'm out.
Yeah.
But the fact that he kept pulling me for chats, he kept expressing his love, was like a surprise, but in a good way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, jumping off that point too, Leo, did you envision that you would get Kassy back after everything that happened, and even still like doing all these little gestures?
Honestly, no. Because if I was to put myself in anyone's shoes like that, it'd be super hard, right? But at the same time, it was like, I would tell her all the time too, when I do the little gestures and then the massive gestures, I would say like, this isn't really to win you over. This is just for me to express to you exactly how I'm feeling towards you. Because it was at the point where words are not going to do anything after that point. You have to just show it. And that was the only thing I could do. And I worked with what I had in the villa. And then just off our little fond memories we had prior to Casa. So I was just doing literally everything I could just to show her how much I cared, because like you said, even off camera, like I would try to like ask her for a conversation, but like, nope. So I was like, okay, like there's only one way I can get to just like a chance, you know, but just a chance for her to see how I feel, not a chance to win her over. Like that's obviously deep down what I wanted, but it wasn't like my clear view as to like what was pushing me to do. I just wanted to know like why I care and why I love her and why I wanted to do the things I was doing.
Yeah, definitely. And we got to see that play out. And of course, everybody had their own opinions about the situation as well. I don't know if you've gotten to see any of those opinions on social media or anything like that. People had a lot to say about even you taking him back, going back to the situation. So I wanted to know, in your words, like, do you have a response to those people who have something to say about your relationship or have their own takes on things? Obviously, because you guys are the ones in the relationship. So I wanted to know it from you.
I understand everybody's opinions, you know, because even in the villa, you know, I got different inputs on everybody and their takes on things. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to base my recoupling on other people's ideas of what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I just wanted to follow my heart And I'm happy I did because, I mean, at the end of it all, we were able to surpass our challenges, and we got closer and stronger from it. And so I'm really grateful for that. But I definitely understand everybody's input. But at the end of the day, I felt like I wanted to follow where I wanted to go, where Kassy wanted to end her experience with, and I want to end it with Leo.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, like that decision there, I mean, you guys were involved in, I would say, like it's not even a love triangle. It was like the love pentagon or whatever it was there. And it was probably one of my favorite storylines in like Love Island in general, because it was just, there were so many different layers to it. Of course, you had the Kassy and Johnny layer to it. And I wanted to know like where your interest in Johnny came from. I know this might be a little bit awkward for you to listen to, Leo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I lived through it. It is what it is.
Right. And because I know that people watching it loved seeing you guys together and loved seeing that journey of you coming to that realization. And I know undoubtedly that you definitely help people come to their own realizations in doing that. So I wanted to know if you have a message for those people watching it.
Oh, yeah. I remember it was funny because there was always flirtatious like comments that we would have back and forth. But I also saw that I was acting a different way with her than I was with the other girls in the villa. And I remember that, like, you know what, like, this girl is great, you know, I find her really attractive. And then I started questioning my sexuality, and I remember I was always questioning it. And I was like, could I do that? Could I go where I fully want to go in this journey? And I was like, why not? You know, why not go for it? You know, in this villa, Love Island is all about going where your heart wants to take you, but also finding the best connection. And I felt like it could have happened with Johnny. So I was happy that I followed my heart. I didn't care what anybody else thought. And I'm happy that Johnny also followed her heart too. And she was open to the exploration of it all, and also taking steps with me because she knew that she was the first woman I ever pursued romantically. So I was really grateful for her being there for me as well. And I was so grateful for the villa, the people living in it, but also the producers, everyone being so supportive and making it an easy process for us both to have conversations, to flirt, to do whatever we wanted to do. And so for anybody out there watching, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching it blossom into something beautiful, the relationship, even though it didn't lead to anything romantically as at the end. I was just so happy that I did what I wanted to do. I didn't care what anybody thought or any judgment. It's just like, go where your heart takes you at the end of it all. And in that moment, it was, I want to explore Johnny, so I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like you, even the both of you seem like you're still on good terms with her and like still on a friendly vibe with that. So it seems like there's no bad blood or anything you're leaving with.
Yeah, no, I care for her so much. Me and her made a really good relationship. We don't say we're sisters at all because
That'd be a little.
yeah, but we definitely say that we're friends. We're good friends. I support her, and I'm so happy for her, and I want her to have her love story, and I wish her all the best.
Yeah, and Leo too. You were like very supportive too, like in that situation too. I like whenever you guys were in like the same, like I remember like in like the makeup room, you'd be like, "Okay, there's your girl," and stuff like that. So like, it seemed like it was just such a nice environment for you guys to all explore and find love, and a very open one too, which was very nice to see, especially on shows like this. So
Yeah,
definitely.
so knowing that like me and Johnny had our like ups and downs, like ending off as good friends was a really cool way to go out because it was a lot of times like we could just joke around with each other about anything, and we all knew the three of us had a good friendly vibe between one another after everything got resolved. But like I'll never have anything bad to say towards Johnny. Like she's cool people. Like that's my homie at the end of the day, and I'm just happy that like they had a great vibe together. And like she said, like she owed it to herself to explore that when that's what she was feeling. So there's nothing I can really add to that.
Yeah, definitely. And, as we're winding down here, I like to ask everybody too, as they're leaving the villa, if you have any regrets or anything that looking back on this situation that maybe you would have done differently or anything in that sphere.
For me personally, I'm happy that I came out. My goal was always if I left the villa today, tomorrow, whatever, I want to have no regrets. I want to know that I moved the way I wanted to move and what was best for Kassy. So I'm happy that I can say I have no questions, no what ifs. I did everything I wanted to do. And in the beginning, I did have some, okay, maybe I should have moved more this way, more that way. But I think I needed to learn from other things for me to grow from it. And also after Casa, I feel like there was a shift in me as well, changing my mindset, my patterns in relationships, and how I want to move forward in certain situations. And so I'm really proud of myself for keeping my head up, but also having the self-respect and self-love that I didn't have going in the villa. So I'm happy that I walked out having more of that than I did walking in. And also, I'm happy that I walked out happy with somebody I wanted to leave with. So I'm happy for that.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. And Leo, what about you? Any regrets or anything like that?
It's hard to say because I obviously regret how far things did go with Johnny. But at the same time, like without going through like that fire that I had started, I would never have the chance to truly grow. And like I was proud to see how Kassy like held her own. She was like, "You're gonna have to work if you really want me back." And it was really cool to even see myself do things for a girl I've never done before, just to show her my appreciation, knowing like there's no guaranteed win at the end, as in getting her back. And I'm just really happy that like I had the chance to grow up while being on that show and then leave with my best friend, which is all I really ever wanted. So I didn't really care about being in the final four or winning. Like all I wanted was to just get her back and just enjoy life with her for real. And yeah.
Yeah, and now you guys get to do exactly that. I'm so excited for the both of you. This was really lovely to get to chat with you and just to hear about your Love Island experience. This was just great. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. And we'll be rooting you guys on. I know that you guys will be having some exciting things in the future. So meeting the parents in person and stuff. So good luck with everything.